Also on the Oak Restaurant Hotline, Scott Shasteen. He's the play-by-play voice for the Ticket Radio in Tullahoma, as he probably got is probably got in his car and got the air conditioner on and cooling off after a good night at the park. And he joins us here on the Oak Restaurant Hotline. Scott, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Weave. I'm actually home. I'm laid out nice and cozy, got all my stats in front of me. I'm ready to roll.
Well, you got you guys got a big win in a rivalry game, and you know, we've talked a little bit about the past, and we're going to put all that behind us right now. We talked to Coach Olive earlier, and he said he was going to make it a priority to keep this rivalry alive, but really the game seemed to be, and listening to it, seemed to be played a whole lot cleaner by the people on the field than it was by anybody leading up to the game.
Well, it was for the most part. There were multiple offsetting personal fouls and unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, and there was some confusion at the end that got kind of just ugly play-wise and a lot of penalties and stuff. But for the most part, the kids played really hard. It was a typical coffee pot game, 0-0 at halftime. Tullahoma took a 7-0 lead. Coffee County came back with a 65-yard fumble recovery touchdown, tied it at 7, and Tullahoma scored 2 touchdowns in the final 3.5 minutes to put it away. 37-yard pass from Eli Groh to Riley Darden, and a 25-yard run by Chris House, who was our player of the game. House carried 29 times for 135 yards and a touchdown. It was a big win for Tullahoma.
I would not have given you a plug nickel for Tullahoma's chances to make the playoffs, much less retain the coffee pot after week 2. And I think that you were kind of, I'm not going to put you in that boat. I'm not going to do that to you. But I am going to say that you had to be a little worried coming out of the first 2 weeks, especially as discombobulated as you looked. How great, of all the great coaching jobs that John Olive has done, is this has got to rank within the top 2 or 3?
Well, it does. It does, because, as you said, this team did not look good the first 2 games. I mean, they got outscored, I can't remember now, it was about 75-20 in those first 2 games, losses to McGavick and Stewart's Creek. But against Shelbyville, Tullahoma, they just came out and played different. They played faster, they played harder, they played confident. They didn't beat Shelbyville, but they took them to the end and then ran off 4 straight wins. And then Chase Dixon got hurt. We've talked about that, and they sort of went back to who they started out being the last couple of weeks. Coming off last week's 34-0 loss to Lincoln County, I did not really like Tullahoma's chances in this coffee pot, but give the Wildcat defense credit. They tossed a shutout, and they held Alante Taylor in check. You can't hold him completely down. 22 carries, 107 yards rushing, only 25 yards passing. And Cody House had 77 yards, but that was it for Coffee County offensively. So Tullahoma's defense, big part in this win tonight.
Coffee County driving there at the end of the first half. They get it down on a goal situation. I think it was 2nd or 3rd and goal, last play of the period, and the defense stepped up and got the interception.
You know, Riley Darden, senior, has been such a playmaker for this Tullahoma team all year. He's a little bit overshadowed, but he had the interception there at the end of the half. He also had that 37-yard touchdown catch. RD3, as we call him, another outstanding night. And that was a big play. It really was. Coffee County probably, if they could redo that series, might not have thrown that ball there.
Well, Scott, it appears we don't know and won't know until 8:30, 9 o'clock. But we're promised by 10 o'clock we'll know the pairings, but it appears that Tullahoma's in. A fight in East Tennessee helped out a little bit there. So I know that Coach Olive is going to get ready for the playoffs, but it looks like you're going to have to travel. Tullahoma's got to feel good. You kind of, as good as you play against rivals, you got to hope it's a rival, don't you?
Well, you would hope that. You know, you would like to play maybe Lawrence County, get another shot at them. Tullahoma had 7 turnovers against Lawrence County. I got a feeling they may get pushed all the way to quad 4 We've seen that before from
Yep.
Lawrence County.
Yep.
So that could happen. Although being a district champion, that's a pretty tough move. But if they get to play at home, it's a big advantage. Those teams have to come from Memphis for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Tullahoma, it would appear, would be in. A couple teams above them lost, and the Wildcats. We think because of the West push, Tullahoma likely in quad 3. I could see a trip to Hillsborough coming for the Wildcats potentially.
Well, if there's anybody that can do it, it's that coaching staff over there, led by the football whisperer. I'm gonna say it. He's Mr. Magic Man, and I look forward to talking to you guys and as you prepare next week for your playoff game. Okay.
That'll be great. We appreciate it. Great job.
Thank you very much. You too. Scott Shasteen, he is the play-by-play voice for The Ticket Radio. He's actually one of the very best in this business. He does it as good as anybody, and we look forward to talking to him. We still got a whole lot more to go. The scoreboard is complete, and we're also going to effort to kind of give you some headlines by myself and look at the Stan McNabb key matchups in the final segment of the Friday Night Thunder Scoreboard Show.